life just bounces you around. You respond every day to somebody else's something. Whatever happens to you, it's the government's fault. It's the bank's fault. It's this person's fault. It's your family's fault. It's your job's fault. If you keep operating in a reactive state, you'll always be broke. You'll always be broke. You got to get to your mind right now, what are the stages that are going to make me at least active and more what? Proactive. But first we got to identify where you are. Believe it or not, most people, the largest percent of the population are reactive. They're not even inactive. They're reactive. They think they're doing things and they mean well, but they spend all day responding. Man, let me get up and put out some of these fires. Who knows somebody like that? Always putting out small fires, but it never really amounts or leads to what? Anything. Let me check these emails. Oh, I got to respond to all these Facebook posts. Oh, let me go take my selfie for the day. Oh, and they don't do anything productive that's actually moving in a direction towards their goals. They're all reactive. That's why these days social media is so powerful, because they figured out how to tap into your endorphins that make you feel good. That's why they call it likes. That's why they call it friends. People wake up and actually feel better if they got 3 more friends today. So we're in a society now that's got us so weak that social media tells you how many friends you got. And not 10 of them won't be there if you need them. Not 10. So we're in a society now that wakes up and hearts and likes and comments and shares is what defines how you respond. That's because society or the powers that be have figured out that most people are in a reactive life. So they react to what you give them. What I want to do is encourage you guys to take a proactive stance on everything you do. Which one? Proactive. So let me give you some descriptions and then some actions, and I'm going to sit my butt down. Here's some descriptions so you'll know which one you're operating in. You ready? All right. An inactive person, I want you to write down, you are oblivious. You're oblivious. That means you don't even know what you don't know. You don't have a clue about what's going on. You don't have a clue about your financial situation. You don't even know that you're in as much trouble financially as you're in. Wise man once told me a long time ago, if you spending this month's money paying this month's bills, you in some serious trouble. Now I want y'all to think about that. In other words, if you paying the bills that are due for the month with the money you made this month, you one check away from financial catastrophe. You should be paying this month's bills with money you made 3, 4, 5 months ago. That's how you know you cash flow what? Positive. So if you're paying this month's bills with this month's money and next month's bills with next month's money, then you don't even know how inactive your financial situation really is. We got to do something to at least activate something in you to change that. Does that make sense? So inactive means, what's the adjective? You are totally what? Oblivious. Reactive means you are unbalanced. You're unbalanced. See, it's easy to be reactive because all you got to do is let somebody else's emotions and somebody else's day and somebody else's requests and somebody else's demands and someone else's needs keep coming before yours. The minute I got out of a reactive state and stopped letting people tell me what to do, when to do it, why I should do it, how to do it, my life went in a totally different direction because I decided, you know what? I'm going to give, this is when I was 21 years old, I'm going to give the business I'm in at least 3 years. It took 1 year and I matched my job's income, actually tripled it. It took 1 year because I made up my mind that I'm going to stop doing what my boss tells me to do. I'm going to stop doing what society is telling me to do. I'm going to stop worrying about whether or not I should go back to school to get another degree, to get in more debt, to come out and make less money than I was making before I got the first degree. I'm not knocking education. I'm knocking the psychology that people have that the only thing you can do is get in more debt to fix your situation. I'm not knocking education. I just believe in specialized education. Who would agree this weekend you're getting some specialized education? That's different. That's different. Specialized education is education and knowledge you can apply. I'm going to give you some steps, 8 steps in a second that you can actually apply. You don't have to go get in debt to do this stuff. So the minute I decided to stop being reactive and stop being so unbalanced and give my business 3 years, 22 years ago, my life has never been the same. So I knew that I wasn't oblivious, but I was very, very unbalanced, because at one point I was a reactive kind of person. Then I got to a level of being active. The key word in active is you are involved. See, I had to get to a point now where instead of being unbalanced, I'm involved. I'm a part of the decisions I make. I am making those decisions based on what's best for me and my family. I'm involved in my brand building and recognition. I'm involved in what my future holds. I'm involved weekly at best in my financial situation. I'm involved. I'm not just letting somebody run my account without me asking questions like, why is this not performing as well as we said? Should we move that over here? How much money do I need to put in this month? How much money do I need to make in this particular brand in order for me to achieve the goal I need in 5 years? What do I need to do right now so that Makai will be set up by the time he's 21? I'm extremely what? Active. But the word to describe it is involved. I'm involved. Are you really involved, or are you still somewhat unbalanced and letting every other occurrence in life keep you from being involved in your own situation? So people that are inactive, number one, what's the word? Oblivious. They don't even have a clue. People that are at least what? Step 2? Reactive are very unbalanced. They know that something's not right, but they just not sitting down doing nothing. That's the biggest segment of the population. Then you got to move to a level of activity where you get more what? Involved. Now at least you're active and you're finding out. In other words, you're active. You're at the conference this weekend. You're active. You care about your future. You're active. You're involved with the situation so that you can do something what? About it. And the pinnacle is what? Pro what? When you're proactive, you stay engaged. Now you're engaged. See, I'm constantly engaged. I wake up every day. Okay, how am I looking from a growth standpoint? What did I learn this year? Everybody knows if you're in business, you don't wait on the calendar 2020, January 1, 2020, to tell you to get focused and get serious. You know what a number one procrastinator is? A person with a New Year's resolution. That's the number one procrastinator. What's your New Year's resolution? Why are you waiting? Oh, my fault. You're waiting on December 31st. You're waiting on the calendar to tell you that you need to start focusing on your finances now. No, not me. Not me. Actually, September, October, November, December, I take a look at everything I did this year. What's going well? What's not going so well? What changes do I need to make? What do I need to improve? What do I need to invest more? What do I need to emphasize less? How's my time management looking? Where am I getting the greatest rate of return for my time? It is 2020 in my world when? Now. Why you waiting on the calendar to tell you? Last time I checked, Julius and Augustus Caesar added 2 months. A lot of people don't know that. So it's kind of a fake calendar anyway. July and August is named after Julius and Augustus Caesar, so they threw 2 months in for them. And you operating on that still. So in other words, if they can throw 2 months in for themselves, then I can add 4 months for me. So every time July and August roll around, I go, okay, it's about that time. Well, let me have September, October, November, and December. Because that's when people they get distracted. So I have like a little mental head start because I'm pro what? I have a little mental head start on my peers because I'm like, man, y'all going to wait and try to lose weight after Thanksgiving. You ever heard somebody say that? I'm going to start my diet, man. Because they know it's coming after this holiday, after this cake. I'm going to get my finances together, man, after Christmas. Because what they're basically saying is I still got some habits I haven't broken. And I know that the cake and the cranberry sauce and all that stuff is coming. So I'm going to start losing weight next month. I'm going to set my financial goals next year because I can't yield to the pressures of capitalism that come into place when Walmart, Target, Amazon, Sam's, Best Buy, all these different places want my money. I can't yield to that temptation, so I'm going to go ahead and start it over next year. And they've been saying that 18 years. Because they're, which one? Reactive. They're reactive. See, once you get to a point where you say to yourself, man, I'm a proactive associate. I'm proactive about my finances. I'm proactive about building my business. I'm proactive about seeing my net worth increase. I'm proactive about the future for my family, for my children, for my grandchildren. I'm proactive. You'll stop being so reactive to people.